Ladies and gentlemen, hey hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It seems Call of Duty is back on their bi-weekly schedule of larger updates, because obviously a few weeks back we saw the 1.15 update go live, kind of out of the blue, and now here we are today, we've got the 1.17 update live now on all platforms. And yes, you heard that right, they skipped update 1.16. I'm not sure why, but let me tell you, this update today, 1.17, is a big one, both in terms of size and also in terms of content. Now, of course, this update is no surprise. We were expecting this after yesterday's Warzone announcement, but while Warzone is the main draw and I guess the main attraction of this update, I would say, there's also even more content and other stuff that was added into the game via the 1.17 patch. So today we're breaking down all the major changes that just came to the game with the latest update. As always, if you guys enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here, or if you are a part of the 69% of viewers who are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest Warzone, multiplayer, and general Call of Duty news and intel. Also, in case you missed it, Scuff and G Fuel Madness are both going on right now. For G Fuel, we are competing to get our very own Shaker Cup, and for Scuff, we're competing to get a custom Immortal controller. So if you want to help me get one step closer to either of those, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout. Anyways, getting right into the 1.17 update, let's start with the actual update itself. As I said, this one is it's no small fry, it's actually pretty significant, and the download size will vary depending on your situation. So because this update does primarily revolve around Warzone, as of today, the Modern Warfare application in and of itself is now free to download, meaning anyone who downloads the application will have an update to go through first. Now, if you already own the game and you've been playing it, the update will be in between 15 and 22 gigs according to Call of Duty. And then if you are a completely new player taking advantage of that free-to-play Warzone mode, the update will be in between 80 and 100 gigs depending on your platform. I should also note that if you are downloading the game for free, when you go to launch it, you will have Warzone unlocked on the main menu, but Campaign, Multiplayer, and Spec Ops will all be locked unless you choose to upgrade to the full game instead. So just keep that in mind. And moving forward, whether you're here for all the modes, Multiplayer, Warzone, all that jazz, or if you are just here for Warzone exclusively, every time anything gets an update, everyone will have to download it since it all does fall under one application. Now, talking about the elephant in the room, yes, obviously, this update is primarily about Warzone. It is the brand new free-to-play Battle Royale that takes place in the same exact environment that we see in Spec Ops and also in the Ground War mode over in Multiplayer. In Warzone, you do compete against 150 other players in trios lobbies, more on that here in just a moment, and it is your pretty standard last team standing wins the game type of mode. Now, as of today, Warzone is trios only. There is no option for regular solo matches or regular duos matches, but that said, you can play by yourself. However, you will end up getting matched with some strangers to actually form a trio. But that's likely not going to be a permanent feature. It's been said that after enough stress testing is done, and they know that 150 players is a perfectly stable player count, they actually want to try and test up to 200 player lobbies, and if and when that happens, then I would assume that's when we'll see the quads introduced, maybe even fives, and hopefully solos and duos as well. Although those two could come at any point post-launch and it wouldn't really matter. Now, currently in Warzone, we do have two different modes to play. We've got the regular Battle Royale mode, which we all know about at this point, and we also have the new Plunder Mode as well. And that's based around collecting as much cash as you possibly can in-game by taking out enemies, completing contracts, or holding the deposit location. And this mode is kind of like Hot Pursuit or even Alcatraz from Blackout, as you do actually respawn consistently. So it's not as high stakes as regular Battle Royale. Also, I did just break down the best Warzone settings earlier on today, so if you want to check that out, by all means, feel free to do so. And we are going to have plenty of Warzone content on the channel in the coming days and weeks, so definitely make sure you are subscribed for that. But either way, Warzone is really the main standout from the 1.17 update. However, there is also a lot of other stuff that came to the game today as well. So, in Multiplayer, we of course have the standard playlist update, and we see that this week we have the standard playlist of Quick Play, which we can filter as we please, and that also includes the CDL playlist too. Then we have the standard Ground War mode, standard Gunfight, Search and Rescue, which is basically just like Search and Destroy, however, revives are enabled, and of course we have seen this in the past in previous games. That is then followed by Mayhem Mosh Pit, and that consists of Cranked, Grind, and Drop Zone in 10v10, so that should be a pretty fun playlist all around. And then to close things out, we also have Shoot the Ship as well. Now, you might notice that this playlist selection is, well, pretty small compared to normal. We only have 6 options for this week. We usually see 8 or 9, but of course, that's really no surprise, seeing as Infinity Ward and Activision probably want people to be focusing on Warzone more than multiplayer right now, since that of course is the hot new thing. But regardless, if you are going to be on multiplayer this week, we don't really have a ton of variety, but there is some new stuff there. We also got a brand new weapon in this update as a pretty big surprise, honestly. It is called the VLK Rogue, and this is the shotgun that we initially saw previewed in the Season 2 roadmap. And according to the game, it is an agile 12-gauge mag-fed shotgun. Now, in order to actually unlock it, you do need to get 7 kills in 15 different matches while using a shotgun that has 5 attachments equipped. So honestly, nothing too difficult there. And going off of some of the attachments you can preview on this thing, it can get pretty weird looking. You can make it super small and it's just really goofy. And honestly, I'm pretty interested in checking this one out. I did use it a bit in private match. It felt a little slow in firing, so as far as like rushing around, it might be a bit tough to get used to. But honestly, we got a new weapon, and that's pretty exciting news if you ask me. Anyways, over in the shop, we do also have a refresh here as well. We've got some brand new bundles to check out all around. So the first bundle that we see is the Vaasam bundle, which I am definitely mispronouncing, but this is available for 2,400 COD points, and this features a brand new skin for Grinch, which I think looks absolutely awesome, and then also a marksman rifle blueprint, a handgun blueprint, a charm, a melee, a finishing move, an operator quip, a calling card, an emblem, and also 2 tier skips for the battle pass. Then we also have the Hang 10 bundle for 1,200 COD points, and this features the pipeline shotgun blueprint for the brand new VLK Rogue, alongside a gesture, a charm, and a sticker as well if you want to check that out. Now, outside of the face value content, there were also plenty of other back-end changes and adjustments that came to the game today as well. For starters, here we did get fixes for the following bugs, including an issue where you could not spawn in after a DEFCON nuke went off in Ground War, various map exploits, a bug where the pistol you saw on the ladder was not actually your pistol you had equipped, a bug where a charm would actually be clipping on the MP7, multiple Ground War exploits, a constant high alert notification, an after-action report display problem, tack insert spots on Rust not spawning you in where you actually put down that insert, giant infection voice sounds, and a field upgrade exploit in round-based modes. Then they also added a square or circular minimap option, and they increased the damage to juggernauts when being hit by a thermite crossbow. On top of that, they actually nerfed the 725 sawed-off barrel as they increased the move speed, they reduced the ADS damage, they increased the ADS spread, they reduced the far damage range, and they extended the very lethal close range damage as well. They then also fixed the Ram 7 Corruptor variant, they fixed an infinite ammo bug on the Model 680, they updated the descriptions of the Mace bundle weapons, and they fixed a bug with the thermal scope on the GRA 556. Now, they also made a handful of challenge fixes, classic Spec Ops fixes, and also regular Spec Ops fixes that we won't go super into detail on, just because, yeah, there's a lot of them, but those are scrolling on the screen right now if you are interested. And then finally, there were also a few PC-specific updates, including fixes for crashing and stability problems, and also a fix to the social menu pop-up messages too. So all around, this was actually a pretty substantial update in terms of content, obviously with Warzone and a new weapon over in multiplayer, a ton of back-end changes, and everything else in between. Anyways, with all of that being said, that is effectively everything that ended up changing in the new 1.17 update. That is going to round things out for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and of course, if you're new here, and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news and intel, updates and leaks, and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, that way you'll always know when I post a new video. As I mentioned earlier, right now Scuff Madness and G Fuel Code Madness are both going on, so if you want to help me get one step closer to getting a custom G Fuel Shaker Cup or a custom Scuff controller, be sure to use code IMMORTAL at checkout. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.